Assalamualaikum everyone. How have you been? I hope you are feeling good and stay healthy as always. It's the first time we are studying science through the YouTube. You can open the chapter 9, book 3A. It's about weather. Without further ado, let's take a look. This chapter we will find out. First, how can we describe weather and climate? Second, how does the weather change? Third, what is a weather chart? Fourth, how does the weather affect our daily activities? And the fifth is how can we keep safe during the certain types of weather? Do you know what is the difference between weather and climate? Weather is the condition of the air around us. Weather can be hot or cold, rainy or dry, sunny or cloudy, windy or not windy. On the other hand, climate is the pattern of the weather that occurs over a long period of time. Different places have different climates. These are the examples of climates. Some places have a very cold climate. They get little sunlight. But some places have a dry climate. They get very little rainfall. Some places have a largely hot and wet climate. They get a lot of sunlight and rainfall. We can describe weather and climate by talking about temperature, cloud cover, rainfall, wind direction, and wind speed. Temperature tells us how warm and cold the air is. The air is generally warmer when there is a lot of sunlight. The air is generally colder when there is little or no sunlight. Cloud cover. Cloud cover tells us how much of the sky is covered by the clouds. A clear sky is not covered by clouds. An overcast sky is largely covered by clouds. Next, rainfalls tells us how much rain falls on the ground. Wind direction. Wind direction tells us where the wind is blowing from. And last, wind speed tells us how fast the wind is blowing. Now we move to the next slide. How does the weather change? Day to day, the weather around us is always changing. It changes from day to day and even within a day. For example, some days are sunny while the other days are cloudy. When the sky is overcast with dark clouds, it usually rains. Some days are rainy while the other days are not. Rain. Rain can be light or heavy. A drizzle is a very light rain. A shower is heavier than a drizzle. A thunderstorm is a very heavy rain and comes with lightning and thunder. But during the day, the wind blows from the sea. At night, the wind blows from the land. Now we go on with the season. A season is a period of a year that comes with a certain weather conditions. In many countries, there are 4 seasons. For example, spring, summer, autumn, and winter. Weather changes over seasons. So, different seasons have different types of climates. In the spring, there is a lot of sunlight. The weather is warm. Meanwhile, in the summer, there is more sunlight than in the spring. The weather is hot. Meanwhile, in autumn, there is less sunlight than in summer. The weather is cold. In winter, there is a very little sunlight. The weather is very cold. When we record the weather in a chart, we use different symbols to represent different types of weather. These are the symbols we usually use in a weather chart. First, sunny, cloudy, drizzle, light rain, heavy rain or shower, and thunderstorm. You know that different weather can affect our daily life. The weather around us affects our daily activities in many ways. For example, on a cold weather. In rainy days, our clothes do not dry well on a rainy day. On a rainy day, we need to use an umbrella or wear a raincoat to keep us dry. And then the temperature is mostly low. We will wear thicker clothes when the temperature of the air around us is low. Besides cold weather, there is also hot weather. Hot weather is also affect our daily activities, like wind. When it's windy, we can carry out activities such as kite flying and windsurfing. In a high temperature, we use a fan or air conditioner to help us stay cool when the temperature of the air around us is high. Do you know what? The weather around us is getting hotter and hotter because of a process called global warming. One way we can help slow down this process is by using less electricity at home. Certain types of weather can be very dangerous. We should know what to do to keep safe during these types of weather. And how we can keep safe during such types of weather? During a thunderstorm comes with the thunder and lightning. We will get hurt and even die if lightning strikes us. We should stay away from tall trees and open fields. Second, go indoors, close the windows, and stay away from them. Do not use electrical appliances and telephones. Next, how to keep safe during floods that caused by heavy rain. Days of heavy rain may cause flood. Floods that occur very quickly can be dangerous. These flood waters can be very strong, sweeping away cars and even houses. And what should we do during floods when it's happened to you? First, prepare enough clothes, food, and water for a few days, a battery-operated radio, and a torch. These are our emergency supplies. Second, we may be told to evacuate. That is, leave the building we are in. When this happens, quickly go to an evacuation shelter with our emergency supplies. Third, if we do not have to evacuate, go to a higher place or the highest floor of our house. And the last is how to keep safe during typhoons, hurricanes, and tornadoes. Typhoons are very strong winds that come with a very heavy rain. Typhoons are also called hurricanes in some places. Meanwhile, tornadoes are very strong wind that comes from powerful thunderstorm. Strong winds can cause a lot of damage. And what should we do during those types of weather? First, prepare our emergency supplies. Second, evacuate if we are told to do so. Quickly go to an evacuation shelter with our emergency supplies. Third, if we do not have to evacuate, stay indoors and away from windows. And the last is remove objects found outside that could be blown away by strong winds. These include pot plants, dustbin, and doormats. Okay kids, now we almost finished. Please open your science textbook, page 136, and fill out the missing answer from the video. I hope you enjoy and can comprehend the material today. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.